What is up, HD Reefers? Mr. Reef HD here with another video. It's 7 in the morning, so my family's sleeping right now, so being a little quiet. Hope you guys all had a good Christmas. Today is New Year's. It is the 31st, obviously. We are back at my house. We are in front of the new saltwater tank for beginners. I did not get to do a water change last Sunday. I also didn't do it this Sunday. Today is Tuesday, so it's been 16 days. You guys know how the holidays are, so just didn't get around to it. A lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to show you guys all the buildup. We're going to do a quick cleaning, and I'm going to address some problems that we're starting to run into and how to get away from those before they become like a big problem, because right now they're just a small problem. So here we go. Here is the tank. As you can see, lots of buildup. If you guys notice the line right here, it's from the top. This is obviously blocking light, so the light doesn't actually start touching till about there. So you can see all the way around the top is clean from that, and the rest is dirty, and it's actually significantly dirty this time. I don't know what it is with these guys, but I put them on the rocks, and they always want to go back to the glass. You can see where I put them the last time up there. They completely cleaned everything off. There's a little spot right there by the Jason Fox banana stylo. Is that what that? Yeah, stylo. And then they just went right back to the glass, and you can see they've been munching around. That all those little spots right there, those are their mouth. I've put them on there, but you guys have seen before, but that's the problem I was talking about. One of the problems. So they don't go on these two low rocks. I don't know why. They're right next to it, but they never go on it. So I'm actually going to manually show you guys how to scrape that off and then kill it with peroxide. And then the other problem is all of these, where are we at here? There you go. All of these eggs. So, I don't know what these are. I keep being told that they're Mexican turbo snails. I've never had a Mexican turbo snail, so they had to have come in on a coral or something. But look how many, like all these little white dots, they're all snails. Like these things are just reproducing and reproducing. Personally, I know that it's free cleanup crew. I just don't like the look of it. They're just everywhere. I don't know if this is what they normally do. Like I said, the only snails I've ever purchased were Astrea snails. I do have the conch that came from the breakdown, and then there is a Nasaria snail in here too. He's actually got some bubble algae on him, so I'm going to take him out and get that off of him before more start growing. But yeah, we're going to go to a time lapse real quick. Let me get this tank all cleaned up. I'm going to turn the pump off, because you guys know I turn the pump off before I clean so that everything could fall to the sand, and then I could do a little dusting over the sand and get everything out. I will be taking these out though and scrubbing them. So here goes the time lapse. Alright, water change is done. I know it looked like I did about a 50% water change, but you got to realize with the rocks and sand in there, the water displacement, like I told you, there's only about 8 gallons of actual water volume in there. So I ended up changing 2 gallons, and I accidentally took a little too much out, so I had to put about another quarter to a half gallon. So I did about a 2.5 gallon change. So you're looking anywhere 25-ish%, maybe 30, but I didn't do one last week, so I was kind of making up for that. don't get into the habit of doing that. You know, oh, I could just skip it and do. Try not to make that a habit because you will throw your tank off. This tank is still pretty new, so it's constantly going up and down right now anyway. But on an established tank, you make that a regular habit of just skipping weeks or whatever. You're trying to you're climbing up the wrong tree. So, with that being said, I'll show you guys a little close-up of everything. So that rock right in front right there, and this one. So when I was cleaning it out, or what's it called, vacuuming it out, I tried to hit that with the siphon to grab some stuff off, and it did a really good job. But if you notice on this rock, that fluffy stuff under there, so that was a bacteria that was growing, a bad bacteria. Don't know what exactly it's called, but I do know that it is a bacteria. And also you can see there is some red cyanobacteria as well. So either way, I was going to do the peroxide treatment on these, but it's a good thing that I am, instead of just leaving it. That explains why these snails don't touch those rocks. That's why they're right there. I'm actually going to dip these snails in, well, not dip them, but put a little peroxide on their shells because they also have a little hair algae. So yeah, that explains why they didn't touch these, because look at that. That's like a brownish, black bacteria. If anyone knows exactly the name of it, let me know. I don't know. And then yes, we got red cyanobacteria. So these rocks just somehow got a bacteria on them, and then the algae kind of just draped over and covered it up and hid it. And as you can see, all the rest of the rocks in the tank, none of them have that on there. So luckily, actually this one might a little. That's gonna be a little harder to do the peroxide on, because with the peroxide you don't want it to touch the flesh of the coral. I might take them out and try it, but for right now we're definitely going to do those two right now. So let me get you guys, maybe I should do this side of the tank, probably be better. So this, in this barrel, this is just or bucket, this is just some of the tank water that I just took out. Sorry, trying to get the camera set just right here. Try to lean you guys down. There we go. Perfect. Alright. And I'm just using hydrogen peroxide, 3%. H2O2. Personally, people will tell you to dilute it a little bit. I don't. I could run into troubles doing that, but the more careful you are, the less likely that's going to happen. Eventually I will end up, doing it, because everything in the hobby that you skip corners on are eventually going to come back and haunt you. So here we go. There's rock number 1. I don't think anything's sitting on that rock. It is a big rock, so I definitely have to finagle a little bit. Get them in there. And then, like I said, I'm going to take both of my snails out too. Hit them with some peroxide. So put those in there for now. So that big rock is actually pretty close to the glass, and it's hard to get this in here, so I'm going to take that time right now to hit this bottom spot. It doesn't really get light since it's so close, so the algae growth isn't as much as everywhere else on the glass. So there's that. And then this is just my process of how I do the scraping peroxide. So just take it out. You obviously always want to be careful with your corals. You can do this in your tank if you want to, but look at how much, those are all spores. You don't really want that getting into your tank, because what it's going to do is it's going to settle somewhere else, and it's going to start growing wherever it settles. So, do a few scrapes. You can already see the water dirtying up. And you don't have to get like crazy good with it, because the peroxide is going to kill off the rest of the algae or bacteria or whatever's on it. So I normally do like a quick dusting like that over it. And then with the peroxide, hang on, let me put the camera a little higher because I just noticed you can't see that well. That worked. There we go. I would suggest diluting this peroxide at least 50-50. I'm not doing that though. I'm just going to make sure that I stay away from getting it on the flesh of that coral. You can get it on the skeletons of corals and stuff like that, but don't get it on the flesh. So just do a little douse, just like that. Might need a little on this side. Just like that. Hold it out of the water for, 10-20 seconds. Let it do its job, because it's very concentrated right now on that rock. Look, you can even see it's making the pods mad. Obviously, it's probably killing some. Just so you know, this will kill your bacteria, good or bad. Alright, so we're going to put him back in. But it'll only kill it on the spots that you get the peroxide on. So here's that red cyanobacteria, and then there's all that other crazy stuff. My mushroom's a little close there, but here we go. You don't need much of this. As you guys can see, I barely poured any on. Let this sit out 10-20 seconds. Look, it already got one of my stars. I don't know if this is an effective way to get pests out. That's not a pest, at least I don't count it as one. Some people do, some people don't. I don't mind them until they get out of control, which they will. Alright. Put him back in. And then same with your snails. When you do this with them, you don't want to get it on their flesh. You just want to get it on their shell. And just a little bit. Just go slow. That's good. Do you see the water bubbling? That's the H2O2 separating and dissolving into oxygen, or not into oxygen, into a gas. I don't know exactly what the gas is, but that's it killing the bacteria and the algae. Went a little fast on that guy. I don't think I got him. Alright, let's lower you guys back down so you can see what's going on here. That's the peroxide doing its job. Now, you don't want to set it in this stuff for too long, just enough to get those bubbles going, see the reaction start happening, and by that time you've killed whatever you've just put your peroxide on. So we take it out of there. Obviously, you want to dip this into some sort of water that doesn't have any peroxide in it. So actually, let me switch these, since you already saw that process. And then now you just want to dip it in here real good, swish it around, make sure all that peroxide gets diluted real good. Now you take this out and you put it back in your tank. Don't worry about getting any peroxide in your tank. Peroxide can go in your tank without harming anything in small doses. People use peroxide to treat ick and other things in their tanks like nuisance algae, so don't freak out and think that you're going to introduce it to your tank and mess your tank up, because you're not. Get this guy out, give him a rinse in the clean salt water. This is clean salt water, by the way. This is actually what's left over from the water change. Get as much of that off as you can. Over the next couple days, I'll probably end up seeing some of this stuff die off. Actually, I didn't even scrape this one. Should probably give him a good scrape before he goes back in. Just talking, getting ahead of myself, and forgot. Now, yes, the corals have sat in the water, but that was diluted, so they will be a little mad. They won't die, though. You might see them close up for a couple days. So there we go. Just set them back in there. Get these two snails out of here. Get them dipped up. Man, those rocks look good already. I'm going to throw these guys back up top here again, so that way they can, because these guys are going to definitely be a little irritated too. So go, get that out, get this out. I always check because, yep, look at that. Always check your bucket afterwards, because look, that guy was on one of the rocks, and those are very cool snails. I can't remember what they're called. I didn't buy this guy either. He just showed up. It's one of those ones that moves super fast. Don't know what it's called. I know you guys hear me say that a lot. Just so you know, just because I sell corals and have this channel does not mean I know every single thing, as you guys are finding out. Alright, let's take this camera off of the tripod. Sorry, my fat palm hit the back button. It didn't even hit the stop button, it just hit the back button. Okay, look at those. Night and day. There's a little something on that one. That was the one I forgot to brush off first. So, all that stuff on there will probably still die in the next couple days. But for right now, it'll stay on there because I'm not going to pull it back out and disrupt anything else. Because yes, I just killed all the bacteria on the surface of both of these rocks. So, with a tank this small, that could throw off a little bit of the ecosystem, so I might see a little, stuff getting on the sand bed, which I'll give it another month, so month 3 I'll do a sand bed vacuum. Right now I'm going to leave it alone, even though it is a little ugly, but it's not too bad. Oh, hang on, I forgot about the conch. So I'm going to put you guys back on the tripod. Second. I'll show you guys how to just simply pull bubble algae off of him. It's all of a matter of literally just getting him out and pulling it off. So here we go. Here he is. Here's all the bubble algae. And you simply just try to get it all in one shot. And I see that's not going to happen for me. Almost all in one shot. Hold on, let me get my bucket. Just so you guys know, popping these inside of your tank, there's a misconception that they'll throw spores all over the place, which they won't. The actual bubble is the spore. So now if the bubble gets off of there and, you know, goes somewhere else in your tank and lands, yes, then it will grow wherever that bubble lands. But no, popping these, you are not creating little tiny spores or anything like that. I am going to throw a little peroxide on him real quick off camera because I don't want to move the camera again. You guys saw the process. There we go. I'm not going to keep him out too long, so I'm just going to dip him now. Now he is almost free. Oh, that's a dog hair. I got fluffy dogs. A couple of these little hair algae, I got them real good with peroxide, so those should turn white and fall off. But no bubble algae. You know what? I'm going to put him on the other side of the tank now because he can't get over there. So I'm going to put him on this side for now. I am going to have to rethink my rockscape. Have to push it up a little and get it so that it's a little further away from the glass, because for one, cleaning purposes, it's hard to get right there, and for two, he can't get anywhere. So yeah, there we go. We got the cleaning of the tank today. We got a couple of things taken care of that could eventually be a problem. At nighttime when the light's off is when the little snails get the most. I'm going to be scraping them out as I see them like that or have time to do it. And probably won't video that much because at nighttime the lights are off, so I won't be able to see them and do that. But I will be taking them out. I personally don't like them. If you like them, there's no harm in keeping them in your tank other than eventually they will outcompete each other. And clearly, as you guys can see, they reproduce like crazy. I think before I did the glass, there was about 10 little nests everywhere. It's kind of like those freshwater ones that you can't get rid of. So we'll give you a quick view of everything before we go. I didn't clean the glass on the outside. I don't want this video to get crazy long. I've been looking at my analytics and people only watch for an average of 6 minutes anyway. So that guy's doing good over there, the SPS. He's doing good, Torch is doing good. Everything's a little closed up right now because obviously the water change, he'll have that. Man, those rocks look so much better. I feel so much better about them. Yeah, see, there's a little piece on that guy. The Akins are doing good. Maybe in the next video I'll do this do this one. I don't want to do too much at once, throw everything off. Again, this is a newer setup, so it's already kind of thrown off, but you don't want to contribute to that more than it needs to be. But yeah, this is week 9, right? Yeah, I think this is week 9. So we started October 30th. Today is December 31st. And as you guys know, 28 days makes up 4 weeks. So yeah, it's been 9 weeks. 9-week update, everything's doing good. Next video, I'll be throwing in more corals. I do have the wave maker for that, but that would make way too long of a video today. So, slow and steady wins the race. Everybody knows that. So next week, more corals, upgrade on the wave maker, and then we actually might be adding an auto top off. I also have that too. I got a ice cap auto top off because yeah, doing this thing every day from the little gallon jug is a little redundant. So everybody have a safe New Year's Eve. Be responsible. Make sure you're all safe. Hope you guys all crush your goals that you set for yourselves. I hope that I do too. Not to talk myself up, but I normally do. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see more videos of this tank, like, subscribe, share if you want. Anything helps. Even just watching helps. So if you don't want to do any of that, at least watch the video. And yeah, I guess I'll be cheesy and say see you guys next year. And happy reefing. Bye guys.